If you're finding that you're overthinking your tarot readings, if you're in analysis paralysis, if you are feeling doubt and feeling like you're not getting where you need to go, or there's more information, you don't know enough, you're not accessing whatever you think you need to access, this video is for you. So I got an amazing question from someone recently saying, "Hey Joe, I recently started watching your classes primarily on Thoth. I have a lot of analysis paralysis, mostly over reading, and I think it's leading me to have less confidence in doing a reading for someone other than myself. It seems like there's always another layer or another system or pathway to learn that plays an important role in the deck. How do you know when you are ready to read for others? I've been in the academic stage for quite some time." Great question. So I'm going to talk about two things. I'm going to first say why all the academic material is important, and then I'm going to tell you why you can throw it all out. So let's begin. In the Tarot Mysticism Academy, I have a curriculum that runs over a year long at this point. I do teach a lot of the technicality. I do teach a lot of the things that are very analytical, a lot of things that may seem overwhelming. The benefits to understanding the tarot academically and esoterically is it gives you more to work with. For me, I use all the associations, all of the astrology and the Kabbalah and the Hermetic ideas. I use all of that as a tool and a bridge to mystical insight. And I can say pretty confidently that the more you study all of that material and the more you compare it with different cultures, the more it supports your quest as a seeker of truth. That said, for reading tarot, for giving readings and using your intuition and getting clear messages, you can honestly scrap all of that. Of course, there is a benefit in knowing the correspondences because it bolsters your understanding of the cards. It deepens your connections with the cards and it helps you see the cards as more than just divinatory meanings. So I would say learning all of that can be helpful, but if you're a beginner or even if you're an intermediate reader, there's really no need. I say this a lot, but I have met so many readers that can read me to filth that don't know the first thing about Kabbalah or astrology or all this stuff. So if you're learning tarot and you're feeling overwhelmed by all these associations and Hebrew letters and planets, let it all go. Have fun with the cards. It's jazz. It's like when you learn tarot, it's like you come to a party, you meet all these people. You don't have to know all their backgrounds. You don't have to know all their traumas and their karmas and their visions. And you flirt with them, you get to know them, you say hi. It's just like small talk, you know? So enjoy the small talk, enjoy the jazz in the beginning with tarot. Eventually, if you choose, you can always go deeper. I will also note one thing about the academic side of things. I have worked with several academics in my school. I've had several professors come in that were teaching various courses on history and magic and esotericism, and it's really amazing getting to work with them because they have so much knowledge, but they come to me because they want to learn how to put that knowledge into a practice. And that's a little bit of a different story. And listen, I have nothing but the best things to say about academics. To be honest, I think in my next life, I might love to go in that direction. If I had time, I would absolutely be in, if I had the time and the money, I would absolutely be in school and getting as many master's degrees as I possibly can because I love to learn. But putting things into practice is a little bit different. And this is why. When you put something into practice, the knowledge, the object of your knowledge, which is the information, it's participating in you. There is a lack of objectification. When you're studying something, when you're reading a book, when you're learning correspondences, when you're following history of the Golden Dawn and Kabbalah and this, that, and the other, you are seeing it in a timeline outside of you. You're the third person. But when all the information comes in, that you essentially encrypt into the tarot cards so that when you pull them, it triggers something in your mind and you start speaking or thinking or feeling or whatnot, you are participating. And that's the biggest step. You want to take it's not a step, it's a leap. You want to take the leap from objective academic study, which is usually analytical and linear, going from one thing to the other and drawing connections, to an all-at-once holistic participation And that's the intuition. And what this requires is a surrender of the conscious mind, which is inherently dualistic, for the much more subtle intuitive capacity, intuitive faculty, which is hard to pin down. And it ultimately comes down to trust. That trust is something you can build over time with practice, but the simplest exercise is to pull a card, say what comes to mind, and follow that thought process. Follow what just shows up, trust it, and be curious. And I always find that adding a little bit of enthusiasm helps. When you're reading, especially when you're reading for somebody else, going in with the intention, this is going to be fun and for the good of all, and then being in that energy and then trusting it and following what shows up, you'll be great. Now, if anyone would like more resources on how to develop your intuition, on mystical philosophy or esoterica, on tarot practice methods, and how to become a more confident reader for yourself, for others professionally, I have a lot of resources and free courses at tarotmysticismacademy.com. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next wormhole.